Hope you're doing well today. Hope you have nothing but good health, prosperity, strong mindset, and a healthy vision for the future. I just want to talk about taking a break. Taking time to sit down, smell the roses. In life, we barely get the time to really sit down and just really look at where we are and what we're trying to accomplish. It's easy to kind of let life dictate what happens to you next. You know what I mean? You go through the motions, and then eventually life happens. You know what I'm saying? Like you're there enjoying their quality of life and you realize that like maybe you're not doing the thing you want to do, you're not in a place you want to be, but it all comes down to self-reflection. I think it's interesting that in the Bible there's a lot of mention of like reject um wealth. The Bible it says somewhere, I don't even remember the exact line, but it's basically talking about like don't chase wealth because it'll be gone in an instant. You know what I mean? And then there's also the mention of not chasing women and the wayward woman, and just basically don't fall to your vices. Live normally, honor your parents, enjoy your lot in life, stuff like that. It just kind of makes you think like when it comes down to having big aspirations and trying to pursue things large in yourself, is it something that is always necessary, right? And I think there's also the aspect of like you want to be in a place in your life where you feel happy with what you're doing. You know what I mean? You don't want to just go through life miserable. But if you can find that kind of middle ground and you can appreciate that, I think it can help you a lot in terms of your mental state and your mental well being and your life satisfaction. Look at the small things in life, those small moments, and really enjoy and appreciate them for what they are because they don't last forever. It's important to have a type of ambition and to desire more for your life, but don't let that consume your life satisfaction because there are certain moments in life you'll never get back, certain time frames in your life that you'll never see again, and having that kind of gratitude is easy to forget about because it's not as fun, it's not as important, but it does help and it does make a difference when you really sit back, look at yourself and you go, okay, well, like you might be a little stressed, but yeah, like take a break in the action, you know what I'm saying? Those in between moments. Smell the roses a little bit. If you can find an hour of your day, it doesn't have to be every day, but like sometime this week, take a moment and just breathe, you know what I'm saying? Just turn everything off, put the phone down for a little bit. It doesn't have to be the whole week. You don't have to go monk mode or anything, but like just look around you, bro. Realize that you are a real person in a real world and take that time to kind of be like, okay, let me assess myself. Am I doing the things I want to do with my day? Am I focusing my attention on the things I want to focus on? Or am I just kind of going through the motions? It's easy to go through the motions, to be honest. It's easy to go through the motions and let life kind of just walk by. You have your weekend and you go out, you party a little bit, you come back home, you go back to work for the 5 to 7 days that you work or whatever. Some people work 7 days, bro. It's crazy. But you do that, and then it's like, oh, well, I'm back here again. The routine. There's more in between the routine to consider, you know? Is this a routine that you want? Or are you in the routine because you don't know what else to do? You know what I mean? So taking that time to reflect, it can kind of show you, okay, well, is this what I want? Is this generally my desire? Or am I just kind of here by circumstance? You know what I mean? Don't let life just happen to you. Have some deliberate intention behind the actions you take. And that way, at least you can say, well, this is the life that I want. This is the life that I chose. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't always have to be extravagant, but it should be deliberate. I think there's this idea that you need to do things in a certain way, that you have to live in a certain way to be happy or to please others. And realistically, you shouldn't use that as a metric for how you live your life. If you want to live life a certain way, despite what other people say, as long as you're not harming others, you have to realize that if you're okay with the consequences associated to it, then live that life. But understand that, like, you may not be as happy as you could be if you chose a different path, or you might be happier doing another path. You know what I'm saying? There's always a negative aspect to it. You know, life is never going to be perfect. Life is never going to work out in a perfect straight line story where everything goes your way and you're happy go lucky and you're good. You know what I mean? There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs, but as long as there are ups and downs that you can manage and you can tolerate, then that's going to make a world of a difference. So, be intentional with what you do. Take time, step back, smell the roses, appreciate what you have going on so far, and just do the things that satisfy you and that you can at least look back and say, well, I'm proud that I accomplished this. Because at the end of the day, there's no right way to live, there's no wrong way to live, but there is a way that you will regret and there's a way that you'll be proud of. So pick the one that you'll be proud of. Watch this video, subscribe, and I'll catch you tomorrow.